Hello. I have one cat and one dog. The morning this story takes place, I woke up like any other morning and went to take my dog outside. When we came back in, I went to feed my pets just like any other morning. The cat always gets fed first and was waiting on top of a little fold out table that keeps her up high enough so the dog won't bother her. I put food in her bowl, and when she turned around to eat, I let out a tiny little scream. There was about a 12-inch long piece of what looked like black floss coming out of a butt. And my first thought was, where did this black floss come from? We do not keep black floss in the house. Do they even make black floss? If so, why is it black? Regardless, where the floss come from, I was home alone and would have to deal with the situation myself. She seemed completely unfazed, not uncomfortable at all. I did what I do when this happens with my dog, and yes, I regularly have to pull out stuff from my dog's butt. She likes to eat things, okay? Once she threw up an entire red sock on my bed in the middle of the night, and will regularly poop out those little orange earplugs that my roommate uses when he's sleeping. Anyways, this has never happened before with the cat. And as she seemed okay, I pulled on the string floss, which also did not bother her. I'm sorry, people, but if I had a piece of floss or anything really coming out of my butthole and someone started to pull on it, I would at least acknowledge this was happening. No. No. No reaction at all. She just kept eating. Until after a few more inches, some unseen obstruction caused the floss to stop. Then she turned around, moved her butt out of my way, and looked at me with eyes that said, I should stop if I knew what was good for me. I threw my hands up in defeat and immediately began to imagine the worst possible scenario. This was obviously a 10-foot long piece of black cat butt floss that was so entwined in my little cat's, only cat's intestines, that we were going to have to go to the animal ER, and I would have to pay $1 million to have surgery and have it removed. I have heard of friends' pet stories about dogs eating whole tennis balls which get logged in their guts, or acorns that just don't pass. I don't have that kind of money. Then I remembered that there is a credit card they let you apply for at the vet ER just to pay for this kind of fucked up emergency. And then I imagined not being able to pay the bill and how debt collectors would start calling me, and my non-existent credit turning even worse. And soon I would get kicked out of my house and would have to move back home, and before you knew what was happening, I would be one of those sign spinners on the street. And my sign spinning skills are just not that good. All of this because of some black floss stuck in my cat's butt. I eventually got a hold of myself. Decided to wait and see if the situation would resolve itself over the course of the day, i.e., wait and see if she would poop out the string. I cancelled plans so that I could stay home and monitor the situation, which basically meant keep an eye on my cat's butthole. I did not say this. I said it was a minor pet emergency. And for a couple of hours, my cat walked around with black butt floss trailing behind her. And then, sure enough, it was gone. Yay. I quietly celebrated to myself and gave her a hug, which, being a cat, she did not want at all. There's no great end to this story, except that I did not have to spend $1 million to get black butt floss removed from my cat's beehole. And you know what? I'll get what I can get.